Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Cash Vault. Have you ever wondered who is the richest person on the planet? In this world or in the universe? Well, we have loads of people who make millions every day. One of these exclusive people is Bill Gates, and today we'll talk through how much money does Bill Gates make. Bill Gates is known to be one of the richest people, as we all know. He has an estimated net worth of $104 billion. And Gates is a co-founder of Microsoft. If Bill Gates to decide to spend $1 million a day, it would take him more than 245 years to spend his fortune. There are different ways that he likes to spend his money. But first, we will talk about how Bill Gates makes so much money. At the age of 31, Bill Gates became one of the youngest self-made billionaires. Although this title was taken away from him in 2008 when Mark Zuckerberg at the age of 23 broke his records of being the youngest billionaire. Bill Gates' money can generate a yearly 5% rate of return. If we put some light on the money he earns per second from his interest rates, it is calculated to be $128. Being one of the richest people on the planet, being Bill Gates, or being a billionaire is all about being the best, not seeking the average. In order to calculate the money Gates has, the famous Business Insider has calculated the statistics that his salary per second would be about $380, pointing out that it literally wouldn't be worth his time to pick up a $100 bill lying on the ground. According to these figures, which was calculated based on how much his wealth increased between 2018 and 2019, in addition to this, Business Insider also creates that the average American spending $1 would be the equivalent of Gates spending $1.6 million. If he wrote you $1 million check, it would feel like a collect call to him. And he could write $1 million checks every day for the next 285 years before running out of money. He could also give everyone in the world $10 and still have over $30 billion left over. Did Gates make money by creating value? The answer to this question is not as straightforward as it looks. To be sure, Gates helped found and manage a company, i.e. Microsoft, that eventually grew into a giant. He helped take it public in 1987, and he has always owned a significant fraction of that company, down to the less than 10% in 2008. His personal wealth appreciated along with the stock. He has donated most of his shares of the company, and he currently owns 1% of the company. That 1% alone is estimated to be worth $7.3 billion. Gates became a devoted student of computer industry business models and lessons from other markets. Using those lessons, he developed strategies that moved beyond the barbershop wisdom of the most sophisticated Silicon Valley salons. Perhaps his greatest invention is a sense where his business model for software platforms. He invented them before many consultants and business analysts at the age of 17. Bill Gates helped popularize the internet and became a notable figure so quickly that for decades now people have been intrigued by him and his incredible wealth. Blame him for the hundreds, if not the thousands of websites dedicated entirely to celebrity net worth. The internet has become obsessed as he continues to amass wealth in record-breaking ways. Gates created a technological empire at Microsoft, MSFT. He made millions and quickly turned them into billions. Gates had also made a great many enemies along the way. He had stepped on too many toes on his way to the top and subjected countless colleagues to his abrasive and childish intellectual rants. The Federal Trade Commission, acting on anonymous complaints, had begun investigating Microsoft for possible antitrust violations. Many competitors wanted to see Microsoft dismantled. Microsoft still survived, and it is said that the company has its ups and downs. Bill Gates has decided to give $10 million to each child, and he has 3 children in total. This means that the children will only be getting 1.1% of his fortune. That is unfortunate, but Bill Gates wants his children to be successful on their own and plans to donate the rest of his wealth to charity. He and his wife are also the owner of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and the power couple has been working on different projects. Bill Gates also has different plans to do something for the environment. Therefore, he also gives away his money on things like prevention of global warming. Don't get the wrong idea about Gates, though, because the guy is about as charitable as a mega-rich can get. He has donated over 27% of his net worth to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which comes out to a total of about $35.8 billion. That's more money than any human has ever donated to charity. The foundation has spent more than $2 billion on eradicating malaria and around another $100 million on attempting to get rid of polio and Ebola. Then there is the $2.5 billion he and his wife Melinda have given the Gavi Alliance, which works to improve access to vaccination in the world's poorest countries. Bill Gates has been said to report these wise words: "Money has no utility to me beyond a certain point. Its utility is entirely to build an organization and getting the resources out to the poorest in the world. Here's how he spends his money. His net worth puts him in a two-man club with Jeff Bezos, of people currently worth more than $100 billion. Gates has invested in a variety of stocks and assets and launched a $1 billion investment fund, Breakthrough Energy, with 20 others. It's been reported that Gates owns Bombardier BD 700 Global Express, which costs $40 million and can seat up to 19 people. Gates also spent a lot of his estate, Xanadu 2.0, in Medina, Washington. It took him 7 years and $63 million to build. He purchased a lot for $2 million in 1988. At 66,000 square feet, his home is worth about $125 million today. In 2017, he paid $1,041,292.55 in property taxes on it. According to public filings, in addition to home theater for 20 guests, 6 kitchens, and 24 bathrooms, Gates' house has various garages for 23 cars. Bill Gates has been a billionaire for over 3 decades. In 2013, he bought a 4.5-acre farm in South Florida for $8.7 million. 3 years later, it makes headlines for the purchase of 3 neighboring properties at $18 million. Gates spent another $18 million on Jenny Craig's farm in Southern California. Gates famously allocated 7 years and $63 million to build a huge high-tech building in Medina, Washington, which also includes Jeff Bezos. He named his possession Xanadu 2.0 after Charles Foster Kane's house in Citizen Kane. Forbes magazine tracks the richest people in the world on a year-to-year basis. According to them, in 2017 to 2018, he went from being worth about $86 billion to being worth $90 billion. That means in 2017, Gates' net worth increased by $4 billion in 1 year alone. That averages out to approximately $10,959,000 a day, which is also about $456,625 per hour, $7,610 per minute, and $127 per second. That means in the time it took me to calculate that and write it out, Gates likely made tens of thousands of dollars. That's huge. If you earn this much money in seconds, how would you spend it? What would be your long-term goals in terms of spending this much money? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Also, hit the bell icon so that you'll get notified whenever we post a new video.